It just got worse. New information tonight, but here's a hint. 0 on one exchange. Can President Obama bail himself out of this mess? His critics are on fire.
The president's biggest problem right now is he's got to tell the truth.
Who committed the greater fraud, Bernie Madoff or Barack Obama? Madoff defrauded a few. This is defrauding the entire country.
He needs to stand up in front of the American people and say, you know what, I perpetrated a fraud.
He totally lied. He therefore got his Obamacare passed. Now, had Congress known this, even the Democrats would have voted against it.
I want to know why we were promised a state-of-the-art website and we got an abacus and a sundial. To say it's a train wreck is an insult to train wrecks.
Anybody who's run anything in their lives could see this coming a mile away.
I've never seen anything as poorly run, as incompetent as what we've watched.
The President of the United States lied to the entire country on the most important thing to people, their health care and their current plan.
It is a real significant distortion to say that hundreds of thousands of people are being canceled. What's actually happening is that they are very likely going to get a better plan for less money.
The fact is that the president didn't tell the truth. It turned out not to be true that people could keep their insurance policy.
Former Congressman Alan West joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Nice to have you. Well, from all those sound bites, it sounds like the president's critics are really going heavy-handed. I'm calling him a liar.
Well, there is no doubt that the president did, I believe, purposefully deceive the American people in order for his, signature policy, the Obamacare, to be able to get passed. And now we see truth come to power in the fact that this thing is, we talked about it before, Greta. It's based upon some very false premises, and it's not going to be able to sustain itself, and it is not ready to be rolled out. And the fact that you're having, so many Americans being forced off of their private insurance plans to try to get them to go into these exchanges, which are not being well run and well orchestrated, this is a calamity.
Well, I will tell you that in putting together that opening, we actually looked to see if any Democrats supported the president today, said anything. Now, it is a holiday in Washington today, but we can't even find. The Democrats are rather silent about what's going on, with the exception of Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz on it. But they're not speaking out. But in light of where we are on this law now, what in the world can the president do to sort of bail himself out and bail the American people out so that those who are harmed are not harmed by it?
Well, first of all, you did see 15 Democrat senators have an impromptu meeting with the president last week for about 2 hours. And Alaskan Senator Mark Begich basically called it a crisis in competence. I think right now the president has to take a page from Hillary Clinton and hit the reset button and go back to the start and say, okay, look, this thing is not ready for prime time. Let's scrap this. Let's start truly having some bipartisanship, and let's sit down and talk about some free market solutions. Let's first of all solve the crisis of 4.2 million Americans that have lost their private insurance plans. Let's see how we can work with the insurance industry and get those plans back.
Do you think he will do that or can do that? Because this is his signature accomplishment. I mean, what he's very proud of as President of the United States. I mean, there are other, not to say that, getting the Navy SEALs getting Osama bin Laden wasn't huge as well, but this is something that he has been very adamant that he was standing behind. Do you think that he has it in himself to say, look, it's not working for a lot of Americans. Let's put it on hold and let's see if we can fix it?
Well, the short answer is no. I believe that his arrogance precludes him from doing that and admitting that he was wrong, that he took the wrong approach with trying to have a government-centric health care solution to the problems that we see. And the American Health Care Reform Act that the Republican Study Committee has brought forth, Dr. Tom Price, a Republican of Georgia, has done a great job. He's an orthopedic surgeon, so I think the president should listen to him.
I'll tell you what's so deeply disturbing about the law. Right now, a lot of Democrats are very upset. Republicans have always been upset about it, but a lot of Democrats are upset about the medical device tax because a lot of them has hit their constituents, the Democrats. They're very upset about it. They're upset about individual policies of their constituents that have been canceled since they don't meet the full requirements of Obamacare requirements. And they're upset about the website not working. Well, with the exception of the website not working, and of course, course, they're upset because of the funding problem, too. But with the exception of the website not working, these problems were evident from day one, but not one of them bothered to read the bill or fully understand it. They just sort of signed off on it, not a single person. And so I don't have a lot of sympathy, because they should have known about these things if they'd spent, a little time looking at the bill.
Well, contrary to what the DNC chairwoman, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, has said, the Democrats are upset with this whole rollout because of politics, not because of policy. Republicans are upset because it is bad policy. But the Democrats are concerned about what this will do for them, all of those members of the House and those senators that are up for re-election in 2014. That's the only care and concern that they have. If this thing was going a little bit better, they'd be all behind it. But now they're somewhat like the rats on the Titanic, seeking to jump off to save their own self-interest.
Well, even I must say that Senator Mary Landrieu, and I'll probably talk about it later in the show, put up a bill on she's a Democrat in the Senate, which even if it were passed, it's absolutely, it's absurd. It couldn't even possibly work, because what she wants in it is something that just can't do. You can't order insurance companies to do what she wants.
That's her trying to show some type of care and concern, because she's running in a tough re-election in a red state. Absolutely. And so it is not her caring about policy, it's just about politics.
All right, Guardian of the Republic, a new book coming out by you, hitting the shelves in April. Does that mean that a lot of times people write books to give us sort of notice that they're running for office again?
Well, it's not so much about running for office again. I will continue to serve this country, and that's why I'll say Happy Veterans Day to all my brothers and sisters that are out there. We all took an oath to support and defend the Constitution. We're all guardians of this great republic. And so what I want to do is talk about the early lessons in my life, the influence of my parents, my political philosophy, and what I see as far as a vision, a way ahead to get us out of this crisis and restore this great republic to the greatness that it can be and should be. And I think that it's so important that we have folks that will lay out a strategic plan and a blueprint for that to occur. And if the American people call me back to serve, I'll be happy to do it.
Congressman, happy Veterans Day, because you are indeed a vet. Thanks. And to those who are watching, we are going to talk about Veterans Day later, because this is a very important day to our country. Congressman, thank you, sir.
Thank you, and it's an honor to serve. Take care, Greta.